You want plenty of rear seat and trunk space in a car that's as comfortable as possible without sacrificing efficiency? Well, the Honda Accord just might be right for you. How do we know? We drive them all. Edmunds drives, tests, and rates hundreds of cars each year. As trusted experts, we've teamed up with CarMax to help you make the best car buying decision. The Accord is Honda's larger sedan, one step above the Civic, and this generation came out for the 2023 model year. The big difference from the previous generation is that instead of being able to choose between two different gas engines or a hybrid on most trim levels, the hybrid is now the upgrade engine, which means that it comes standard on higher trims like the Accord Sport L. The Accord's best known competitor is the Toyota Camry, but if you're looking at one of these, you might also want to check out the Hyundai Sonata, Nissan Altima, and Kia K5. As for what you'll pay, Accords hold their value really well, so expect to spend more than you'd spend on the rest of the pack. The average Accord is around $1,000 more than the average Camry or Kia K5, and nearly $5,000 more than a Nissan Altima. But this is a car that you'll drive all the time with friends and family. You want it to have great crash tests and reliability ratings, right? We use RepairPal for reliability data. They're an independent reliability tracker, and their data on the Accord reads very well. The Accord gets a 4.5 out of 5, putting it in first place among sedans like this and 2 spots above the Toyota Camry. And although their annual repair costs between both of the cars are very similar, when we look at the data closely, the Accord needs repairs less often, and it's less likely that those repairs will be for a major issue. And the crash ratings? Great news here too. The Accord gets a Top Safety Pick Plus from the IIHS, their highest award, and a 5-star overall safety rating from NHTSA. So reliability and crash test ratings are great, but what's it actually like to live with? Let's go over some reasons why you might pick or pass on this Accord. It's easy to think that if you need more space, you need an SUV, but the Accord might surprise you. This car has a ton of trunk space, more than any of the competitors we've tested in the past, and that gives this car a lot more utility than you'd expect. Something like the weekly grocery run or picking up a friend from the airport will obviously be no issue for a car like this. But here's what might surprise you. Because the corners of the trunk are so wide, longer, rigid items like a couple of golf bags or a big stroller like this one will fit back here no problem. And say you want to move more than a couple of bags, like a pair of skis. It's super easy to pull this little lever in the trunk to use the 60-40 split folding rear seats. We will say though, if you're moving single taller items like a piece of furniture, that's where the larger, more open space of an SUV comes in handy. But we also want to talk about space in the interior and all the room for small stuff. This rear seat is huge, tons more room than you get in the Civic, and a lot of passengers will probably feel more comfortable back here than they would in a small SUV like a RAV4. And the storage up front? These cup holders will fit my jug of coffee or big water bottle, and there are extra bottle holders in the door as well. So you're covered for your commute to work or your trip to the gym. Plus, I like that there's this little cubby right here in front of the shifter for putting your phone and your wallet. Now, it's worth noting that we've tested all the cars in the segment and they all do a pretty good job at interior storage, but the Accord just gets some extra brownie points for big bottle accommodations. And while we're here, we gotta call out the tech. And what we really like is that Honda actually showed some restraint. This center screen is big enough for legible font sizes and big, easy to press buttons, but not so huge that it totally dominates the interior. And our testers also found that it's mounted in just the right place. High enough on the dash that you don't need to look too far down from the road to see it, but not so far away that you'd have trouble reaching it. And here's a big one. Not everything's controlled through the screen like you see on a lot of cars nowadays. The Accord actually has easy to use, easy to reach physical buttons and knobs for all the features you use all the time, like climate control and your volume. And they feel great as well. Honda actually uses real metal, so it has a really satisfying clicking noise. Listen to it. It just makes everything feel really well built. The tech itself is good too. This is the latest version Honda has to offer, so you're not missing out by going used here. Every Accord in this generation gets this configurable instrument cluster screen, and if you get this bigger screen that's standard on everything but the base LX and SE trims, it comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. For $26, Those lower trims got the wireless smartphone mirroring tech, plus a slightly bigger screen. And the top of the line Accord Touring gets some really special stuff as well. There's a head-up display that projects key information like your speed onto the windshield, and the center screen gets Google integration with Google Maps, Google Assistant, and apps from the Google Play Store. At least for now, this is the only car in the segment with available Google integration. And in our testing, it works way better than using Google Maps through Apple CarPlay. This is a really nice car to drive. I know you appreciate the cargo space when you're loading up the trunk, or the tech when using navigation or asking Google what the weather is, but ultimately, you're spending most of your time behind the wheel of the Accord. And trust us when we say, this is a great car. Power from this hybrid system is delivered super smoothly, meaning there's no jerkiness from the accelerator and no waiting for power when you need to scoot away from a stop or step on it to make it pass. There's plenty of power. This hybrid setup also gets great EPA ratings too. You get well over 40 miles per gallon. The brakes are strong and make it easy to stop smoothly, and the Accord feels really confident and planted through corners. And the ride quality is pretty comfortable, especially when you get a lower trim on smaller wheels. Smaller wheels mean more cushion in the tires. Plus, our testers found that the standard driver aids like adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist are easy to activate and work really well in most situations. What do we not like about the Accord? Well, we gotta get a little nitpicky. There are a few driver assists like a surround view camera or blind spot camera that other midsize sedans we've tested have had that the Accord doesn't. Also, the Camry Hybrid is a few mpgs more efficient. And we like the Google tech so much that we wish you didn't have to buy the top trim to get that and a bunch of the other features that we really like. But to be fair, a lot, but not all of the competition do the same thing. And yes, on the used marketplace, the Accord is more expensive than other used sedans. And what's even more unfortunate is that this hybrid, which our Edmunds road test editors are huge fans of, is only available on the upper trim levels, unlike the Toyota Camry, which has hybrids available on the base trim. But if you go used, you can save yourself some cash on this premium Accord. The Accord. A spacious, everyday sedan with great tech, a smooth and comfortable driving experience, and some of the best reliability and safety scores you could ask for. This is really a great car. So what do you think? Would a used Accord fit your lifestyle, or is there a better option? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.